Gator. NFL free agency. The top 50 free agents, according to CBS, and their new landing spots. I'm going to work our way through this list. I'm going to bring up guys that might make sense in Detroit. So these are the top 50 free agents, and we'll just mention the ones that might make sense in Detroit. Like, for instance, Detroit's not going to go get Daniel Jones, who's number 3 on the list.
Correct.
Right, so I'm not going to go everybody. But at number 2 on the list, number 1 is George Pickens. They're not going to go get him. Number 2 on the list is Trey Hendrickson. He's projected to sign with the Ravens. Number 4 on the list is Jalen Phillips, the edge rusher who went to Philly. He's projected to sign with the Titans. Number 5 on the list, Tyler Linderbaum, the center from Baltimore. He's projected to sign with the Chargers. Others that would make sense in Detroit. Who else we got here? I'm working my way down the list. Number 16 on the list, Jalen Watson, corner. He's projected to sign with the Jets. Right tackle Braden Smith, projected to sign with the Colts. Let's see. Defensive tackle John Franklin Myers, projected to sign with the Jags. Getting down this list. Guard David Edwards, he's projected to sign with the Buffalo Bills. Center Connor McGovern, he's projected to sign with the Buffalo Bills. Edge Boye Mafe, he's projected to sign with Tampa. Center Cade Mays, he's projected to sign with the Panthers.
You're not painting a very rosy picture here with these
linebacker Nakobe Dean, the Titans. Safety Cameron Curl, the Vikings. Corner Nashawn Wright, the Bears. Corner Jamel Dean, the Packers. We're up to number 40. Edge rusher Khalil Mack, the Bears.
Going back to Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Edge rusher Jadeveon Clowney, the Bengals. Guard Joel Bitonio at 46, projected to sign with the Texans.
Oh.
Defensive tackle David Onyemata, he's projected to sign with the Bills. Top 50, not one's projected to sign with Detroit.
Well, I mean, going into this, if it's right now, the Lions have no cap space. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's why there's no predictions going there before they make the adjustments and, players get released, and then you have a guy like Jared Goff restructure. They have no cap space. So I can see that. But that's a bleak picture.
Kind of is.
Month and a half before free agency that they're painting.
Kind of is.
Very, very, very bleak.
Now, to be fair, under each player, they also have at the bottom of the analysis something called other suitors. We do get some mention there.
But not a lot.
Not a lot, but it's basically all one position. The number 30 projected free agent, Cade Mays, the center from Carolina, is projected to re-sign with the Panthers, but it says other suitors, Vikings, Lions, Texans. Center Connor McGovern from the Bills. He's projected to re-sign with the Bills. All right, Buffalo would do well to keep this guy who snaps the ball to Josh Allen. Other suitors, Bengals and Lions. And then guard David Edwards, again, from the Bills, re-signs with the Bills. Other suitors, Browns, Lions, Giants. So interior of the offensive line, those are the 3 players. But
not Linderbaum.
Not Linderbaum. Little bleak. Again, it's just a projection, but it's not something to get fired up about. Scott, what do you make of this?
I think it's an interesting list, and look at somebody who's going to come out with something in the downtime of football, as we have 2 weeks before the Super Bowl, and people are curious about free agency. And if you're going to make a prediction piece, it's tough to predict anybody going to the Lions when you see that they are, whatever it is, $17 million over the cap at this point, and you don't know how they're going to fix. I mean, you have an idea how they're going to fix it, but until you see the adjusted number, I get why this is like this. Now, that being said, I would fully expect the Lions to be in on a bunch of these interior offensive linemen. As much as you and I would love to add Linderbaum, I don't think he's going to be available to the Lions.
I have
First
concerns.
Of all, let's assume he gets to free agency, which I don't think he will, but let's assume he gets to free agency. The Lions can't afford him. It's like Trey Hendrickson. Can't afford him. There'd have to be too much stuff done in order to create that space. So, and we haven't seen the Lions really go for that high-priced free agent anyway. Yeah, they got the DJ Reed last year to be the corner, and he's one of the top corners on the market, but they didn't pay top dollar for him. So I don't think they can pay top dollar for any of these guys. So now you have to lock those guys off the list, and who are the Lions going to be looking at? I mean, is Connor McGovern, is he the center for Buffalo? Is he really available? We'll see. If he is, then is that somebody that they can? Does that fit their price? I'm not sure if he does, because if he gets free, that's another guy that people that miss out on Linderbaum would go for McGovern. Or if Linderbaum is retained by Baltimore, then McGovern becomes one of the top guys.
Well, this is why they have some difficult decisions to make, because a June 1st cutting of Taylor Decker could free up $18 million. And, there are guys that can restructure their contracts to create cap space, quarterback being one of them. Amon-Ra could be one. But outside of, if Linderbaum makes it to free agency, he's going to command the most attention. And that would be a huge move, and I would fully endorse it. But you tell me they get Cade Mays or Connor McGovern, or if Ryan Kelly is a cap casualty from Minnesota, they can go get themselves a center, man. They can go get themselves a center and then, have the rest of the guys battle for the guard spots. And I will feel much better. Now, they probably have to use a high draft pick on a tackle, but I wouldn't be mad about that.
No, I wouldn't either. And I think you and I think even Kang, I think we're all in lockstep that the resources need to be put into the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Free agency and draft capital have to be put into that. Now, the draft is it's a little bit more unpredictable because of what Holmes has done, taking best player available. But it's also a little bit of a precursor to see what they could do based on what you do in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the Lions are going to be that active on the first day of free agency, the first couple days of free agency. That doesn't seem like their MO. Their MO is laying in the weeds a little bit, see the prices come down, and then they go hunting that way, whether it's bargain hunting or not. It just seems like this is a team that's going to sit and wait. And again, they've got problems with the salary cap.
Yeah, I mean, they can be worked around, but yes, eventually you can't get everything you want. You got to figure out where you're going to try and save money and where you're going to spend money. There's two things in the draft that can help in that regard. One is, we mentioned, move on from Decker and draft a tackle. The other is take the kid from Miami who's 25 years old to be the edge rusher opposite of Hutch, Keem Messidor. And at 25 years old, you're going, all right, dude, we have the higher expectations for you than a typical rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Go out there and make some of the plays that El-Quadin Muhammad did and save money not having to re-sign El-Quadin Muhammad, who you'd like to re-sign, but is probably going to be priced out. So in a world where you do actually have to find a way to save some money elsewhere and go on the cheap, not because you want to be cheap, but because you have to figure out how you're going to allocate your resources. I mean, they're probably going to roll the dice. There's a real good chance they're going to roll the dice with their current secondary, not because they don't want to upgrade it, but because they kind of got to hope they get healthy there. And because if they do, that's a huge savings of a position you don't have to address. Now, this list of 50 free agents, and none of them projected to go to Detroit, Stokes no one in Detroit. Your statement, while probably accurate, don't expect them to be busy the first day of free agency. They'll probably look for some of those smarter, less expensive contracts later. Excites nobody. But they do have to make some smart signings. They do have to find those lesser paid smart signings because they just don't have the resources against the salary cap that everybody else has right now.
Now, something that could be interesting here, as we've talked about El-Quadin Muhammad, he was not among the top 50 free agents. And I just went through a list that Pro Football Focus has of the top 250 free agents as, with their rankings or whatever. And I don't see him in the top 250.
The Lions?
El-Quadin Muhammad.
Oh, El-Quadin Muhammad.
Yeah. So is it possible that he gets overvalued by us and by the fan base because of the numbers he put up this year? Or is this
that
just
he might be affordable?
Yeah. Or is it just an oversight by whoever put out this list in Pro Football Focus?
I would hope it's the first. I mean, I don't wish the man not to make as much money as he can. I just hope the most money he can make is what Detroit's willing to pay.
Right. Exactly.
248-539-9797. It's Karsch and Anderson. Your feedback coming in on this. Plus, Pistons, Red Wings, Michigan State. Love to hear from you on all the major food groups. It is Karsch and Anderson on 97.1.